Hi, this is a message for Gosia at Cosmic Agency. I've been watching your videos now since 2020 and they were absolutely life-changing. I just want to say a big thanks for all the videos that you've done and all the effort that you've put into it. It must have been exhausting. And I'm literally starting my own videos, which are tiring. Can't imagine what it must be like to do 600. I came across a book that I wanted to just quickly read to you if you're personally watching this. It comes out of this book. It's the Majestic 12 United States of America Defense Intelligence Agency. I just want to read a little bit out of it if you would be patient, because there's a few confirmations in it that you might find interesting. So I'm just going to I'll try and read as quickly as I can. So it's entitled MJ12 Life Part 3. So there's two parts that precede this, but I want to read Part 3 for you. So it starts off, here is the 40,000 foot view. Majestic 12 was created as a result of Roswell. Cover story, Operation Paperclip was the reason. The task of MJ12 was to conceal the extraterrestrial presence on Earth for reasons of national security. In late 1988, Majestic 12 reformed in an effort to bring the alien presence out into the open. Their disclosure programs were created and members of the Majestic 12 were labelled as such as MJ1, MJ2, etc. to keep anonymity even among eyes-only classification settings. MJ12 has active operations ongoing in the United States from DIA assets using social media tools like Anonymous Official and this account to disclose vital information about the majestic reality that exists. This account is a conduit to three members' operations. And then it moves on to the next paragraph. We are the masters of movies. Everything is intentional, even if you believe the purpose was not obvious. ISBs, which they say is immortal spiritual beings, can get compromised and work in secret. NSA 47, that's National Security Agency 47, 1947, allowed them to create secret compartmentalized intelligence to hide their activity. Need to know. Grooming does not take place on Twitter. Grooming takes place in real life, with real assets moving pieces around to achieve events that MJ12 seek. In a universe of infinity, the purpose of this Twitter account has always been written. It's just a matter of understanding why. This account is isolated from all MJ12 happenings. Its purpose is literally to start a conversation, nothing else. Thanks for asking. Some members of the Majestic 12 have significant influence over the alphabet soup intelligence United States, for sure. Just how much control we will not disclose. We cannot tell you anything about ACIO yet. Majestic 12 was created in 1947 immediately after Roswell because national security interests, the Vatican, wanted us to cover up the extraterrestrial life forms and the alternative physics that they use. Organization still exists and is the grandfather of the deep state non-cabal. Majestic 12 hides in plain sight, uses disinformation for real D-class orders as not to compromise ongoing operations, and has been proactively working behind the scenes to bring official disclosure and first contact to the public since MJ12 was subverted for about 33 years. In 2011, MJ12 control changed hands from the Clinton Foundation, 322 Skull and Bones child sex trafficking cabal, and the plan was created. You're living a majestic movie of disclosure. Darkness withers in light. and truth will be revealed. This count was started around July the 25th, 2017 to facilitate pre-disclosure discussions. We are pointing you to dark to light revelation that will build momentum into the week. Time is an illusion, and we are purposely manipulating that illusion for the purpose of objecting our mission, which is to end child sex trafficking by federal and by Fed, capital FED, and disclose extraterrestrial life. Use the information we are seeding into your consciousness and make it so. You have the ability to co-creatively will this outcome to happen. Meditation, prayer have the physical ability to use co-creative consciousness to physically manifest itself into the matrix. It requires many people, literally millions. We are all aware of what is happening next, and we are here to inform you about what to expect following Trump by the Majestic 12. Let the unsealing begin. Nobody managing this account has anything to do with what happened to Eben 1 and Eben 2, and therefore nobody currently on MJ12 are responsible for what happened to them at that time. That's why there's no problem with us returning and disclosing this information. We're ready. Their supreme commanders on their home planet ultimately decided that our decision was not an act of war against them, but rather a reconnaissance mission to understand who and what we were dealing with. No life was taken. The bodies are considered dolls, and part of dissecting the body and understanding how it worked meant that we were required to interface with consciousness while it was still occupying the body, but the soul was never harmed and returned home. Death is an illusion. The body dies, the soul advances. The beings were genetically engineered Isbis, immortal spiritual beings designed specifically for space travel. The food they consumed was light. They produced almost no waste. Regarding earlier question, do plants need a bathroom? Convenient expression of life for interplanetary travel. Isbis come in many shapes, size, forms, colours, abilities, etc. Literally whatever you could think of exists in the universe. This knowledge came to us after hundreds of hours logged with telepathic human representatives communicating with Eben 1 and Eben 2, which were the crashed Zeta Reticulans at Roswell. Looks like there was 2 survivors, and they were in doll bodies. We learned that the entity controlling Hitler was acting and behaving in extremely evil behaviour. This was apparent. However, we can look back at Stargate SG-1, which they founded and produced, and compare the Ori to the tactics to brainwash their followers despite being lied to. So that's just part of one of their episodes. The progress made in the years leading to a trade essentially resulted in us faking Hitler's death. Majestic loves movies. Are you enjoying the show? In exchange that he'd start working with the ET Isby that was pure evil. Well, let us reiterate, rinse and repeat. The cabal is currently being led by another committee of ET Isbys connected to ongoings within the unacknowledged space program that the Americans took over when Germany fell. That's why Operation Paperclip happened. However, the past 30 years we have witnessed a massive subversion of power from the American people in the name of national security. Now connect that to CIA programs operating within the United States through social engineering programs like school shootings and terror attacks. This group of individuals is the enemy of the Majestic 12, and for the first time in decades we have finally elected a commander-in-chief who can drain the swamp and open the stars to the world. See, you've known the truth all along. The truth is hiding in plain sight, structured around propaganda and social engineering. Roswell opened a massive can of worms that was directly under the control of the Majestic 12. We operated above top secret, anything went, you name it, unspeakable evil. Why? Learn to archive offline, Who are the Cylons? Get over the divide and conquer of every major franchise out there and just look at the raw data. Precisely, the United States went to another galaxy for Christ's sake, yet nothing close to anything was disclosed to the public. Yes, we visited the planet where Eben 1 came from, which is the Zeta Reticuli. The trip lasted several years in the form of an exchange program, around a dozen people. This wasn't a one-time exchange program kind of thing. We just allowed one to leak into the public domain a while ago. Few died on a mission, some stayed permanently, some came back home. Majestic 12 was originally the body pushing for the disclosure of ET life to the public in a controlled manner to ensure proper government restructuring. However, when 9/11 was orchestrated by several MJ12 members as a way to throw the scent off the trail and go over here, this derailed decades of planning and flung the United States into a suicide nosedive where 2017 was going to be the year of a nuclear holocaust, had Hillary won. During this nosedive period, the Majestic 12 worked tirelessly against the interests of the people without risking compromising the operation that had to be carefully be planned out and executed. When HRC, which is Hillary, was neutralized by the Pentagon, MJ12 changed hands to the Defense Intelligence Agency under new leadership, essentially returning MJ12 home. Panic in DC, pain in capital letters, coming to a theatre near you. Described to as the living conditions and quality of life for people in 1000 AD. How has their lives been improved in 2000 AD? How will your life be improved by 3000 AD? We stand at the birth of a new millennium. Over 61,000 sealed indictments nationwide, now over 80,000 as of March 2019. Thousands of resignations, more than usual. Why? Logical thinking required. Hottest economy in decades. Space Force going public. And then I'm just going to finish off for probably another 10 minutes. If you could just hang in there. Official first contact imminent. You tell us, is it majestic or not to live life with spice? Things we know. ETs were helping the Nazis. Operation Paperclip transferred that non-ET only Nazi program over to United States. So it came from the Nazis, the whole ET program. Roswell occurs. Majestic 12 is formed to conceal it from the public globally. Constitution demands disclosure when no threat to national security. MJ12 has many leaders, good and bad. MJ12 was involved in the only successful executed assassination of President 41, which was Kennedy. When the decision was to be made about going forward to the public, there was plausibly much that the military was unaware of, therefore secrecy won. MJ12 and co-conspirators developed technology in the background outside of government oversight. MJ12 hid these programs inside of top secret special access programs and embedded deep inside top secret compartmentalized intelligence programs. Dozens of extraterrestrial races were openly trading information. Allegiance to noble purpose, like reasonably disclosing ET life to the public in a manner that doesn't destroy the planet through self-imploding egomaniacs who believe their version of the world must be validated to others, is a good thing to have, but many lost sight of it. As disclosed in previous tweets, two factions existed inside the military-industrial complex. Part of going from dark to light is understanding the plan. Dark to light. What lies ahead has been in our past just misused. The future belongs to whoever seizes it. Plieadians are not gods, however they are incredibly intelligent Isbis who do visit Earth frequently. They are a peaceful, very peaceful, higher density consciousness that is aiding the Majestic 12 with disclosure. And the last thing I'm going to say, if you can just wait, if you just hang on. The old guard is being systematically dismantled by the super elite Defense Intelligence Agency. I mean, bearing in mind this was in 2019, so it's probably all been done now. It's been cleaned out. The US government in military intelligence agencies. A new future awaits America, and it is one that includes disclosing extraterrestrial life not only here on Earth, but also on the Moon, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and many more. And I think I want to leave it at that. So thanks again, Gosia. I really like your channel, and I'm always watching it on Odyssey and YouTube. And love you. Thank you.